Hi guys. Oh wow, you actually put your hand out ready for it this time. So, hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode with us RGJ trains at David Junction. I see the look you're doing. Well, I see two looks today actually, but we will get onto that in a minute. So, a couple of plans this week. You'll have seen we're that step closer to having the line working. So, the bottom, we still need to sort out the issue, which we know is due to it getting colder.
In a loop.
Sorry.
Now she'll hit me, guys.
What did you say on the last one? What did you call it on the last one?
Fifth Amendment.
Right. Anyway, guys, you know, you help me out as always. So fixing that bottom loop, inner loop, and the outer loop as well. Hopefully, we are going to get sorted. Because again, once that's in place, it will be. We can still remove it all and everything as well. Not fully sure what I'm going to do. I've still got so many jobs, from the painting on the walls of the clouds, the mountain or the hills, and Rob's area. So there's a couple of things to do. We're not sure on that. However, this episode's a little bit more important because somebody's come to pay us a visit.
Snare drums.
You put that effect in, not me. So guys, we'll welcome Gav to David Junction. What do you think of it? Answer nicely. You've got me right here now.
It's better in real life than it is on the video.
You sure?
Yeah.
Now you've seen Grace's mountains in real life.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to touch them yet, but they're looking pretty good from what I can see.
We might let him if he behaves. So anyway guys, we're going to crack on now. Obviously Gav is here, but one last thing we do want to share is Gav has brought us a few gifts. So this beautiful poster picture here, but it's obviously railway themed, so that is fantastic.
You need to hold it higher because you can see...
I'm a shorty!
You know, I was just saying you can still see Gav's
Oh,
face.
thank you. You can come in more often.
I'm useful for something.
So, and we've also got this
Turn it
sign.
that way a little bit because all you can see is Welsh Dragon.
He's never happy, is he? And I say us women are bad. So, anyway, this I like. I would like to apologise to anyone if I have not offended yet. Please be patient, I will get to you shortly.
You were saying about dropping it?
So, we have this fantastic sign as well, so thank you, Gav.
You're welcome.
But anyway, guys, since Gav is here, we are going to play host now and get on with a few things.
Why
What
not?
now?
What about Gav talking about his railway?
Oh yes, do you want to talk about that or?
No, not really.
Fair enough. Failed there, didn't you, dear?
Totally. Well, what's new? What is new?
You've
It's
been picked on
RGJ.
today.
I noticed. Yeah, get this, guys. Two blokes, woman. Guess who's outnumbered? Give you a clue. It ain't her. You know, see?
So guys, anyway, like we said, we will crack on. Mine's going to be a bit of a mystery, which I choose. But obviously, from Monday coming, Rob is in for his op. We'll keep you guys updated, but it might be, for the next couple of weeks, a little bit higgledy-piggledy. We don't know yet. I'm going to try and keep it normal.
It's not that sort of op either. The snip. It's not that.
What, the neck?
Yeah, I like that idea. I might have to have a word with his consultant.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm
guys,
standing right here, you know. I am literally... Who's controlling the camera? Me. I'm standing right here.
You're just the cameraman.
Oh, just the cameraman.
Yeah. Why is he standing there with his leg all like, ooh,
Yeah.
just the cameraman?
It's a good pose though.
Say goodbye, Grace.
Bye, Grace.
Bye-bye, Grace.
Bye.
Right, so we tried to run the train the other day with the cube camera, wherever it is. Please, Grace. Where's the cube camera train?
I don't know, I just stood in a pot with people probably home.
So, where are we? Like I said, we tried to run this train the other day and then we found a fault here. Well, Grace found the fault. And I think we'll stick with what everybody's been suggesting, that this is an expansion issue. The inside rail is far too short compared to the outside one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit with the Dremel on the outside one and try and pull it in, basically. But I don't want to secure it too much, so it does allow for that expansion. Obviously, we're coming down to winter now. Grace's at the moment is just parcelling away all the trains into a box. We'll take them into the house, and then over winter we'll clean them up, and then hopefully learn how to service them with our dear friend Brian over at Finnerton.
You had to think then?
I did have to think then, and he did a marvellous job on servicing one of my trains, so I'm going to try and learn off him to how to do the others.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. So this is what I'll do. Obviously with a drum I'm going to hyperlapse this because this is going to be major noisy. Good morning, and we'll catch you in a bit. Cut some of that down, but I do still have a bit of a gap here. Now while I don't want to completely close it off, it is still too much of a gap for the actual loco to roll up, because I can get part of my finger in that. So what I'm going to do is just solder a bit of it up, smooth it out with the files. I've still got rooms for expansion on joints behind it and in front of it. Right, so done a bit of soldering on it. The outside, it doesn't matter. The top and the inside must follow the profile of the rail, which is why I was filing it down. And if Grace can kindly run it again for me. Other way, yep. Crashed. See, that's going over. Go on, and again. So keep going backwards and forwards. That seems to be okay. So what we'll do now is another attempt at running the lower line. Catch you in a second. Well, would you rather believe it, guys? We have a train going. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. We do have a couple of areas coming up here, for example, where the track still needs a bit of cleaning. Yeah, quite a little celebration for us that this inner loop is back up and running. Got a bit of ballasting to do over there. Have to excuse the unsteady hands. A bit cold in the shed today now, shaking a bit. We just needed to get this gut done before I'm going into the operation on Monday. So yeah, there we have it, guys. Inner loop running, whoop whoop, and all that. Most of the trains are actually being put to bed. So we're leaving the blue diamond out, and possibly the green one as well. Certainly not keeping things like the mallard in the shed over winter. But there we go, up and running and pulling some wagons. So it'll be Grace's turn in a bit, and we'll try and get this video out ASAP.
Right, also something a little bit different off the line. I suppose it's close to it, but we're just going to work on adding more to this scene that Rob created. As you can see, there are things taped up, and the reason for that being is we're going to go ahead with some more grassing. But what I'm going to do is something a little bit different this time. Instead of telling you what I'm doing before, I'm going to look at maybe talking it as I'm doing it in hyperlapse. So let me know what you think. If you think it works, if it doesn't, go back to the old way, stick with this. Let us know what you think, and let's see this thing come together. Here we go, guys. So let's see how this goes. And first thing that we do is go down with the SCENICS basing glue. I also forgot to tape up the track, so I've attached that. and left a gap in the middle because that's where the, oh, what's the name, Rob? Windmill is going, so there was no point grassing that. And between each section I've also gone with a hoover. That just gives me a clear line of where to add the glue. I just find this helps with getting those neater lines and it looking more natural, as well as doing it in smaller sections. Reason being is this just makes sure that your glue hasn't dried out and is the perfect temperature for attaching the glue. Also, one other tip I was given and works well is making sure that when you use the static grasser, you're moving it around constantly rather than just in one spot. So now we're moving on to the sides, and that is definitely something that I could have done better. The reason being is making sure that the hopper has plenty of grass in it. Otherwise, as you can see, you just don't get that coverage that you need. So definitely make sure your hopper's filled. And again with the other sides, plenty of glue, but in small sections. However, when I was then doing my next lot of grass, you might notice something. And yep, I didn't put the hopper lid on. And also with a dying hoover, this meant that I had to stop and continue. So make sure everything is charged and you make sure that your hopper lid's back on, otherwise it will make a mess. But other than that, it's continuing really well, and we've got there and a full hill ready for the next millimetre up. So guys, as you'd have probably seen through the time lapse, a few things didn't go quite to plan. Definitely remember to put your sieve on with your hopper for your grass. Make sure your hoover is charged up. And yeah, just take your time. So guys, I'm going to head off for the end of this one. So catch us on the update next week. And that's when I'll be looking at adding more grass so we get the height to it. And a few other bits. So it's not just going to be all grass here. So look forward to carrying on with this for you guys to see next week. But thank you all once again, as always, all your support from everyone. And we will see you next week. Bye for now, guys. Have a good weekend, especially those that are at Whalley. Bye.